long as you maintain your distance. I think Arlet is a lot more punishable. Vamos have made some really good decisions here, but Team REY, how do they finish off this lineup?
They probably just want something to burst, right? Nolan probably makes the most sense as one of the few junglers remaining, unless Kids brings out the Fanny. No, that is already banned, so probably Nolan.
Yeah.
Grants you immortality.
Oh, Alice instead.
Alice jungle.
Well,
Alice Angela is a very dangerous combo, but Team REY don't really have burst damage. It's a lot of damage over time.
I don't know how to feel about this draft because right now, based on what we are seeing, it's a lot of hard dive. And yes, 1-1 can technically keep up, but there's a very good chance that the backline is going to get left behind really, really quick, especially with an Alice. Especially when you're throwing that flowing blood out. That's the big issue because it has such a wide range. You can get very deep into enemy lines, and I feel like there's not going to be enough backup. Right now, my eyes are on Virgie. He's got to target the correct heroes. If he's looking for an opportunity to force the ult out of Chibi, that might be a good idea, but I think Warlord is a bigger priority.
Yeah, if Warlord can pull people out of Team REY's ranks, that could be a good way for them to initiate. But it will turn out exactly how these teams go. That is the question right now. As we jump into the Land of Dawn, it is the final day of the regular season. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Team Vamos versus Team REY.
Let's jump right into this. Vamos on the blue side, Chibi starting on his purple buff, Team REY on the red side starting on their orange buff. We can assume that the gold lane is going to be on the bottom side of the map. Both sides always want to play for their win conditions. Now early, EXP might have a slight advantage here for the side of Team Vamos, and Team REY could look to skew or play towards the bottom side. Now, here, Nets, he needs the lane really well against Trap. Against the Wan, it's hard to poke her out and force her into these all-ins, but if you make one wrong step, you could be losing 20, maybe even 50% of your HP.
In the mid lane, though, Vamos is having a little bit more priority thanks to Warlord on the Zeus in, but now Zorn in a lot of trouble. The pull from Warlord. Oh!
Yep.
The smart missiles still connect even through the flicker to claim first blood.
Yep, he's so dead there. There's just nothing you can really do, and that's the big problem right now. Jushin, early game, not exactly the greatest, can definitely support everybody else in front, but generally isn't able to find big burst damage until we get 2, maybe even 3 items down the road.
And we know as well, Virgie, very consistent on this Jawhead, one of his more effective heroes so far this season. Vamos have to be very cautious about him in the early game because they don't actually have that much lane pressure themselves.
Talking about lane pressure, the fact that Trap is playing an Inspire-based marksman gives him quite a significant advantage in the early game, right? Because at least for Trap, if he's looking for a trade against Nets, just dodge the middle of the Synchro Fissure, go for the all-in with the Inspire, and there's a very high likelihood you will out-damage Nets in the earlier stages. But that's the only condition. You must have Inspire available.
I think a lot of pub players know that Inspire can really shift the odds in that gold lane. You think that you have the strong... Oh, hold on. Zorn in trouble again! Another last hit from AJ. And the roamer from Vamos has died for the second time. Turtle now being contested. Sapat not going to be able to stay on top of Kids. But Virgie is not level 4 yet.
They're going to have to dance around for a little bit. But ideally for Team REY, they don't want to sit on this turtle first. They want to wait just a little bit longer to keep up with Chibi, who's currently power farming on the opposite side of the map. I'm not sure whether or not he has his purple buff still. I would assume that he doesn't, and he's going to have to wait a little bit to pick it up.
Yeah, most likely going to be the case. So if Team REY wants to delay the turtle a little bit longer, Team Vamos are actually quite alright with it. Chibi actually going to be out farming Kids right now and actually contesting the purple buff down there in the bottom half of the jungle too.
He is a level up on Kids, so I think it's worthwhile to go for this invade. You're wasting Kids' time. If you force him to use Retribution, that's great. Alright, Chibi does actually have his purple buff.
Turtle going to be contested. Ejector onto Sapat. He's in trouble, but Chibi does get the turtle. Tempest of Blaze comes out now. Heart Guard going to be used on top of Kids as well, as both junglers are just going crazy on opposite sides of the fight. Chibi gets that double kill. Warlord going to be chased down, but is able to flicker away. Team Vamos are going to be able to come out with more kills.
Good choice of battle spell from Warlord. He just needs the dodge key abilities, but right now, Chibi still very, very strong. We'll level ahead of Kids as well.
this is what we were a little worried about. Team REY just doesn't have enough burst damage, despite the fact that Ling should be a more late game centric assassin. Against something like Alice, he actually does have more DPS. Zorn! This is starting to become a pattern.
Yeah, Zorn, he can't get out of these situations. It's just Arlet's kit, right? He's very all-in, same like Jawhead. But when you pit them one against one, both Virgie and Zorn are more than happy to trade against each other until there's outside influences like AJ. But this is only going to go on for so long, right? Zorn, that's probably his last death in the lane.
I would hope so. To be completely honest with you, Gideon, I have this personal thought that Arlet is one of Zorn's worst heroes. Just straight up, like no filter right there. I don't think he plays Arlet very well compared to other things. So when I saw them flex it for him, I wasn't too sure how to feel about it.
Well, I think that he's good with the final slash. I don't think he's great when it comes down to early game decision making, right? Because Arlet gives you a false sense of like, I'm invincible because of my vengeance and because now they've reduced the mark from spawning 7 seconds to 6 seconds.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from there. Though Vamo is starting to exert some pressure themselves. They know that Team REY not really in a position to counter. Kid's gonna get pulled over. Hard guard used. Chibi steals the camp away. Now we see the Ensemble Force committed onto Zorn. They're gonna chase him down. He flickers away. Zorn is finished off once again. But at this point, he's not really worth the trade.
Not really worth a lot of gold anyways. Team REY, they don't mind dragging this out. Oh,
Trap jumping on top of Neth, but here comes Chibi to stop him. Trap not able to get that crossbow of Tang, and Virgie not able to save him, but the ejector throws Neth into Kids. Here he comes. Virgie gonna be picked up by Tempest of Blades, and now Chibi doing a lot of damage, but we're gonna see the Hylos ult come in, keep Eevee and Kids both topped up. Chibi doesn't quite do enough damage to overpower all of this healing, but once all the resources are gone, Team REY just has to back it off.
We need item lists right now. Where is the anti-heal for the side of Team Vamos? I'm sure Warlord first item is going for that glowing wand. By now, he should be pretty close to actually achieving it.
Oh, this is a 2v4 situation. Kids dropping really low, has to take the Flowing Blood Black. Chibi gonna get that turtle, and now we're gonna see Susin pick up Kids and feed him to Team Vamos.
And now we are starting to see that Zorn is picking up the pace here. He is timing his stuns. Oh wait, hold on!
Ejector throws Zorn under the tower. He's gonna get picked off, but Zaman Force under the tower as well. Nets gets the kill onto Eevee, and Subot gonna chase down Virgie at the same time while claiming the mid-tier 1.
And Zorn, despite dying, was still able to kind of tank enough damage for the rest of Team Vamos to start running through. Let's look at the item list real quick. 2 items already complete for Chibi. He's gonna be power farming exponentially this game. War Axe already complete for the side of Subot, but I am not seeing anti-heal. Just a single glowing wand right now, and I would only imagine that Zorn probably gonna go for a dominance real soon.
Yeah, I would think so. There's a lot of healing on Team REY's side. Having some dominance ices, some glowing wands would go a long way for Vamos, but they're already in a very controlling situation. This is what I was worried about with the Alice pick. Team REY just doesn't have as much early game pressure as they should have.
Well, Alice will scale though. Now that she doesn't have to worry about stacks anymore, she's more worried about getting levels and picking up items as soon as possible. But you're not going to out-farm Chibi here. Never. Never.
Chibi is 3 levels up on Kids.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do, right?
Yeah, that's Ling Hui. Zorn gonna be spam recalling. People will say he shouldn't be doing this when his score is 0 and 5, but I don't think Zorn really cares.
No, the first 4 deaths were charity. The 5th one is where he was, okay, nothing much I can really do about it. But still, I think that Vamos is in a really good position because so far, the big thing that they're doing against Team REY is baiting out the big spells. And right before neutral objective spawns as well.
Yeah, this is looking pretty bad now. Team Vamos with a 5k net worth lead. Just about 8 minutes in. The flicker. Ejector throws Subot back. He's going to be able to jump over Virgie once again as Team REY tries to chase him down. But Warlord slowing them. Crossbow of Tank comes out, but Trap just doesn't have enough items yet. And now Subot's able to re-engage on the Glorious Trapway itself. And Eevee is just gone. Melted away. The flicker final slash catches up Kids. Ejector tries to save him. But Chibi just jumps in, gets the mega kill. Tempest Blade is going to be used inside the base. Subot with the killing spree. And 3 members of Team REY fall in short order.
Yep, when Team REY commits all in, Team Vamos just has to kite it out, wait the duration, and then look to re-engage. The beauty of Ling, it doesn't matter where you are. If you're down to fight, he's down to fight.
Warlord with the Sky Piercer. Wow, okay, Nets diving way too deep here, sir. Glorious Pathway gonna punish him.
In a comp like this, Sky Piercer is actually perfect for Warlord. His job is to peel, but at the same time, especially for high health regeneration heroes and high sustain like Kids plus AJ, Heartguard plus the Alice combo, it really helps to chunk him down when he's 10%. Oh, Sapat, he should be okay, right?
Yeah, the Warlord's just gonna throw Kids away from Sapat, and Sapat does have a lot of mobility, actually a lot of damage as well. Gonna duel Kids, but eventually gets shut down. Ejector onto Warlord, will give another kill to Virgie. Lord actually gets reset, but now Chibi has his eyes on AJ. Does he have Heartguard? He does not. So the Tempest of Blade secures unstoppable for Chibi.
Wait.
He's on the bottom half of the map though. Team REY can use this chance to maybe blitz the Lord. Virgie goes in, wants the ejector onto Zorn, gets it into the Glorious Pathway. Zaman Force gonna be dropped down. Nets is actually not contested right now. Zorn will be finished off. Trap gonna now focus onto Nets. Crossbow tang. No, he doesn't. It's on cooldown. And now Chibi has actually made it back in time. Flicker from Virgie. Not gonna save him. Ejector only delays the monster kill for Chibi.
This fight is not even close. Not even close. Kids used his retribution earlier to get Sapat. Vamos, personally, I think that Chibi probably should not have retried AJ. He could probably still chase him down at the edge with just 2 swords from his Bladed Tempest, and I think that should have been enough. But regardless, he wanted some level of security. Had Chibi held on to his retribution, that might have been a free Lord in the middle of that fight because Team REY had nothing left.
Yeah, right now, Team REY, you can see they're really playing on the back foot here. Every single fight they attempt to take, even when it looks like they may have control initially because their damage comes out too slowly, gives Team Vamos so much time to regroup and re-engage.
It's a difficult matchup here as Team REY are slowly but surely going to get outscaled. Trap, unfortunately, is unable to one-shot anybody from the side of Team Vamos. Maybe Nets and Warlord given the opportunity, but he needs to get his full build first. He is 1.6k down on Nets.
Yeah, Trap is not looking good. Looks like he is trying to get out that Rose Gold Meteor as well, just to have some extra defenses. That means that he will not have access to full Trinity nor Wind of Nature for now. Lord crashing in, Glorious Pathway slows down Team Vamos. Oh, final slash from Zorn though catches 2. Heartguard already used, but it actually doesn't matter. The members of Team REY just drop like bowling pins to Team Vamos as Chibi claims the godlike and the crystal in quick and short order.